Good morning, boys and girls. This is Miss Williams. I am getting ready to do our science video for this week, and our science is focusing on science safety. So I found a book on Get Epic. I hope that you're able to log into Get Epic. It has lots and lots of different books that you can start reading. Some of your parents might read to you. It has a large variety of books that you can enjoy. I have the class code in Google Classroom, so check under the reading tab and it should be there, and if not, just let me know and I'll send you the class code so you can join and start looking and reading books from Get Epic. Love it. Alright, so here's our book that's called Safety Science Rules. And she's going to read, and I'm going to pause and talk about different things that are important for science safety rules.
Science Library, Science Safety Rules by Kelly Hicks, Science Content Editor, Christy Liu, Rourke Educational Media, Copyright 2013. Do you want to be a scientist?
Okay, so it said, do you want to be a scientist? So think about what a scientist does when you're looking at the pictures that they're sharing in the story.
Scientists follow rules to stay safe. Rule number 1. Listen and follow the directions. Rule number 2. Wash your hands before you begin.
Okay, so it says that we are to try to be safe when we are doing different science activities. Why do we need to be safe? You may have thought about so that we don't get hurt, so that we don't hurt our arms or our face. If we're doing different things in science, maybe we have certain chemicals that we're using. We don't want things to end up getting big, or maybe the chemicals start to come up into the air and we breathe them in, and it could hurt our inside, our lungs or chest or things like that, or breathe them in and it could hurt our throat. So we have to be very, very careful with the things that we use when we are doing different things for science or experiments. And it talked about rule number 1 was to follow directions. What do we use when we're trying to follow directions? We have to make sure that we're thinking about what the direction is. We have to think about what it is the teacher is asking us to do and use our ears. So we have to be good listeners whenever we are starting our science. And usually it's with experiments. So maybe we're excited that we're going to get to do something for science and an experiment, but we need to first think about safety first before we do that. Okay? And then it said to wash your hands before you begin. And so always make sure that you have clean hands before we get started.
Rule number 3. Wear goggles to cover your eyes.
So first we needed to make sure we're listening to directions with our ears, cleaning our hands, and now it's saying to wear goggles to cover our eyes. And so even though Miss Williams has glasses on, it's saying to make sure and wear goggles, because if I can put my fingers here and put my fingers here, is that really protecting my eyes? If something was to splatter, some kind of liquid to splatter and go into the air, it could get into my eyes still because there's openings. So with the goggles, it covers all of your face to keep it protected so that nothing can harm your eyes.
Rule number 4. Use your eyes and ears, but never taste or smell.
Oh, that's a good one. It's showing the little girl, she's looking at a what? And what is she using? She's using a magnifying glass and she's looking carefully at the leaf. And it says use your eyes and ears. So you can listen for things during science time. You can use your eyes during science time. Use your hands. But it said never taste or smell. So that means that whatever we're doing, you don't take it and smell it with your what? Your nose. And you don't taste it with your tongue and mouth. So that's something that you have to be very, very safe. Now, if there's something that we know that might be food, but it said to never taste or smell, what do we need to do? We can ask the teacher for permission, and then the teacher will let you know, okay, this would be a good time to taste. This would be a good time to smell. But always, always ask permission before you do that. Because that's saying that that's one of our science safety rules. Okay?
Rule number 5. Treat all animals in the lab with care.
Okay? Maybe we find some animals, a frog, a fish, and we want to look at that animal. We want to see what that animal does. And it says to treat all animals in the lab with care. So we don't hurt it, we don't stomp on it, we don't just knock it out of the way. We treat it nicely and take care of it. So maybe we found a bug, maybe in the room, and we said, you know what? We're going to look at the bug. We're going to see what it looks like, how many legs, how many eyes, and watch how it moves. And maybe we took a little jar, and then we'd have to poke holes so that it would be able to breathe and maybe look at it. But would we take that jar with that ant or that bug and shake it up really, really hard? Or would we not put holes on top for it to breathe or put food inside? Is that taking care of it? No. So when we're taking care of things, we have to think about what they need to live if we're going to take care of it. And so sometimes, when we see ants, we're like, oh, a bug, and we try to kill it, and we try to hurt it and everything to get rid of it. But if we're in science, we have to take care of things. Even when we're out in nature, we can use our eyes to look at it. We don't have to bother. If it's not bothering us, just watch it and see it or move away from it. That's taking care of things and not hurting things in nature. Or if we're looking at something inside the classroom, we're watching it and seeing what it can do, and we're looking and seeing what they're eating and everything like that. So that's part of taking care of animals when we're watching them, or maybe something that we're doing during science.
Rule number 6. Always walk in the lab.
Okay, so one of the rules is to walk in the lab. So if we got a chance to go to the science lab, or maybe we had to turn our classroom into a science lab, we would walk. That wouldn't be the time to be running. There may be things in there that are liquid or chemicals. It may be something that we're going to make, and if we have things that are on the table and someone's running and they hit it by accident, they might fall down and hurt themselves. The things might fall down on them. So we have to be very, very careful. So whenever we're in there, we have to walk and take our time and have a seat and then wait for the directions and listening for what it is we're about to do. So make sure that you're always walking. Maybe you're carrying something. If you're running, you might fall and then drop the item that you have. So make sure that you're always walking. And then even a good thing for school and in classrooms and cafeterias, library, wherever we're going, we need to make sure we're walking. That's not a time to run.
Number 7. Clean up your area.
Okay, so it talked about cleaning your area. So make sure that everything is nice and neat. You know where everything goes. You know where everything is. If there's things that you need to put back, being a good helper and putting things away that you have. So that's a good thing too. And that's something even when we're in our homes that we need to do, is try to keep our areas clean. When we eat dinner, clean up and put things away as well.
Follow the safety rules and you can be a scientist too.
So for us to be a good scientist, that would be some things that we can do. So following the safety rules when we're in school would be really, really good to help us to learn how to be good scientists. So it had the kids here, they're using different liquids and they're being very safe. They've got their goggles on. They're not running, jumping, and hopping. They're just sitting still and being careful with what it is that they're using.
Show what you know. 1. How do you show you care about an animal?
Okay. Think about what you can do to show that you care about animals. Even if you're not in the classroom or in the science lab, when you see animals, how can you show that you care about animals? And think too, when you see animals, is that a good time to go and touch that animal? Or should you ask permission?
2. Why should you wear goggles? 3.
Okay, so why should we wear goggles? Think about what's a good reason to wear goggles. What was one of the reasons that Miss Williams mentioned in the story?
3. What would happen if you ran in the science lab?
If you were in the science lab or in the classroom and we were working on science activities and we had things out that could be liquid or it could be other things that we have put out, what would happen if we're running? Think about the class. If everybody was running during that time, what could happen? Or if we're in the science lab and we're looking like these kids have things on the table, what could happen? Hopefully you came up with some good answers to the questions. Talk to your family about the questions. Talk to your family about the story and go over the safety rules so that you'll remember that when we get to do things for science, that we know our safety rules. Think about I thought about 5 senses. Use protecting your eyes, making sure that you protect your nose and your mouth. We don't taste and smell things. We use our eyes and protect our eyes with goggles. Make sure we're using our ears, to listen, using our ears to listen. And that will help us to be good scientists and be safe when we're doing things for science.
Picture glossary. Animals. Animals. Animals are any living creatures that breathe and move about. Ears. Ears are the parts of the body used to hear. Goggles. Goggles are special glasses that fit tightly around your eyes to protect them. Hands are the body parts on the ends of your arms. Lab, short for laboratory. A lab is a room or building that has special equipment for science experiments. Scientist, scientist. A scientist is a person who does tests to learn about our world.